So today I didn't take a shower first thing in the morning. I took it around 2. And I got out of the shower, washed my hair, everything, doing my usual activities, and I went back in the bathroom to use the toilet, and there's this spider that was, I kid you not, at least this big in the bathtub. And I'm like, oh my. I just looked at it and it just, oof. And now, I was married to a blind man. So I learned over the years, I had to be tough. I had to kill my own bugs. More on that in a minute. So I just said, okay. And I got the toilet bowl cleaner and I just kind of girded myself up. Like, nailed it. It didn't finish it, so I had to get it again. And then, anyways, that was today's spider. But it reminded me of a spider back in 1992. I think it was 92. Ron and I had just gotten together, and we were living in this horrible garage apartment. It was about, maybe 300 square feet. And he had put a little ensuite bathroom on it. So it had a little shower stall, sink, and toilet. And then it had like this plastic bucket next to this spigot that came out of the wall. It was like a hose, and it had handles, faucet handles coming out of the wall, but there was just a hose coming down from the faucet. And it was a black rubber hose, I remember it, and it was a big white bucket. And he was a hair stylist, and he had planned to set up a little salon in his basement. But that didn't work out, so he just said, oh, well, I'll just rent it out. And then he heard Ron needed a place, so. So anyways, and there was this garage door still in place, but it had been disabled. And there were big cracks in the side of the garage door. Eventually, Ron and I went to Orchard Supply Hardware in California, bought these big rolls of insulation, and one day when I was at work, Ron used the insulation, a knife, duct tape, and plastic sheeting, and insulated the whole garage door to give a little more security. But anyways, at this point, we're, hanging out. And about the only thing we've got is a bed. And then there's a little counter with the sink and a fridge, and that's it. No cooking facilities. But Ron had a microwave, so it didn't really matter. I got a book on microwave cooking from the library. It's amazing the things you can cook in a microwave. And then eventually I bought myself a little crock pot when they were on sale, and we could cook roasts and stews and stuff. Hi, would you like to come up? Come on, you'll be famous. Come on. Come on. Come on. Okay, I'm going to ignore you then. Ah, there he is. So, anyways, we're sitting on the bed or talking, or I'm reading or something, and I see a spider. And I'm like, oh, Ron, there's a spider. And Ron's like, spider? Where? I hate spiders. And he always hated spiders his whole life. Up until the day he died, he hated spiders. And so he's like, I said, it's on the wall. And he said, dude, I said, you have to kill it. I'm just thinking like a typical girl at this point. And he's like, okay, I'm blind, but I'll try to do it. And he picks up the broom and he's swatting at the wall. And, the landlord lived above us, by the way. And so Ron's swatting at the wall, and I'm screaming and crying, get it, you have to get it, you have to kill it, please, you have to kill it. And then after about 5 minutes of this, we get a knock on our door. And, the guy, and it's the landlord, and he said, Ron, you have to open the door right now. And Ron's like, okay. So he opens the door, and the guy pushes his way in and says, oh, you're okay. And he's looking at me. I'm like, what do you mean? He said, I heard all this crashing, and you screaming and crying, and the noises, and I thought Ron was beating you. I just wanted to make sure you were okay. So after that, Ron said, Heather, you're on your own. You got to kill your own bugs. So that's what I did, and that worked pretty well for us. And over the years, there were a few that I just did not want to deal with, but like like the one today, but Ron kind of taught me to live without him. So, at least I was ready today when it happened. So, I'm just glad that thing didn't run across my foot while I was naked. Ugh, that would have been hideous.